Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. We are here on Bright and Dark, finally. A really interesting map for once. Kind of. Honestly, like, Bright and Dark's probably my favorite map to cast on, or at least in the common map pool. I would say Death Road as well, but I think Death Road only has like one gimmick, which is not that exciting. Nomad Isles is kind of weird. I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, Bright and Dark. Hopefully we can have a good game between Infi and WFZ. Infi spawning in as the teal human player in the bottom left, and WFZ will be the red undead in the top right. Game 1 did go to Infi's favor. Looking fairly strong. I mean, it's pretty much repeating many things from the past. Like, yeah, sure, WFZ did get a decent start. He got level 2 fairly early on his Death Knight, you know, compared to most other undead players' attempts. But still, like, it didn't really matter too much because Infi wasn't distracted at all. It wasn't hindered too much. What surprised me was the mid game where Infi and WC just kept sieging each other's bases, not really, you know, concerned about defending. I mean, like WFZ did defend with the minimal amount of units, like one destroyer and a Death Knight at all times. Infi's case, I guess, I don't know, I guess he just didn't do it as well as WFZ did, but Infi still won the game, and I guess that's maybe because
player's forces are under attack.
like Infi made an army composition made to counter WFZ's. Like that's generally how it goes, I guess. Like WFZ, yeah, sure, I guess Mass Destroyers like deal well with everything, and of course if it involves Spellbreakers, I guess it doesn't really deal with anything. Vice versa as well. But yeah, like I think Infi was given a lot of time to formulate and just shape his army composition to be ideal against WFZ, like Knight Spellbreakers for those Crypt Fiends, and just a whole bunch of flying machines to deal with those destroyers. And in the end, WFZ just went like mass destroyers, and like that's fine. All Infi needed to do was go mass flying machines. Will we have that Brute Mother being picked up by the Death Coil of the Death Knight? Who knows? Well, Infi knows, since he really wants to get that Death Knight out of here, so we can finally finish off the job with the Brood Mother, which will drop a Wand of Mana Stealing. Not too useful, not particularly on the Archmage, but what can you do, I guess. Oh yikes, that Arcane Tower. Cheekily stealing one of those Spiderlings there, but it doesn't matter too much. The gate is going to be knocked down. Not sure if it's spotted by the Century Ward of WFZ, since it is nighttime, but I don't think that is the case. Infi, is he really wanting to go for that special unit in the bottom left? Who knows? It's gonna take a little while. Obviously he's gonna move his militia. He wants to go for an early expand. Normally players would just go to this gold mine and expand, but yeah, Infi's playing it a little bold here. He wants to maybe go after this Thunder Lizard, claim one for himself, and hopefully place down that Town Hall as well. This is going to be a little rough for Infi here. He's gonna maybe receive damage from both fronts, both from WFZ and the second from, this creep camp. But of course the main danger here is the Death Knight gets killed off himself, and well, it doesn't seem like it's going to go disastrously as I thought for Infi. He actually managed to play this quite nicely. I think that didn't go WFZ's favor because, well, he only has like one Crypt Fiend and a Death Knight. It's not like that these two units are going to do that much. So, yeah, awesome stuff there from Infi. Bit of an awkward opening here, but hopefully no skeletons slip through. Oh wow, what happened? Death Knight got killed off? That's strange because like none of these units do a huge amount of burst damage. I mean, maybe WFZ wasn't anticipating on the Thunder Lizard, but other than that I don't know how WFZ could have missed TPing. Level 4 Archmage versus level 1 Death Knight. That actually means a lot. A lot of stuff being sold there by the Archmage. Boots, TP Staff, and Dust has been picked up. Rejuve Potion is going to be kept, or Replenishment Potion, excuse me. This Thunder Lizard is, I mean, it was a very early, maybe risky investment, but it's working out very fine. It's really unfortunate because WFZ could have done the same thing as well. He could have maybe gone to the top right and get himself that Greater Void Walker. Pretty sure it's a Void Walker, right? Void Caller, Void Walker. Okay. But yeah, not really for himself. He does have his Lich out. Tier 3 is nearly done as well. I mean, WFZ probably has to go like Mass Destroyers again, which is not that great because, well, we did see last game that it got countered pretty easily. Thunder Lizard still going strong. Archmage is halfway to 5. Mass Teleport, like, I usually don't talk about the spell, but since like 7 minutes and 30 and we already have 4.5 levels on that Archmage, it could actually, you know, get into this equation. Lingering around the tavern, I don't think a second hero is going to be picked up just yet though. Overlord Camp is being attempted by WFZ. Howl of Terror. Wow, that Lich is actually receiving a lot of damage. Needs to be careful there. Death Knight could always Death Coil, of course, but you know, still risky. Talisman of Evasion has been picked up. Will be sold immediately. No other item has been picked up. Honestly, I'm surprised. I would have expected either Invulnerability Potion or maybe even TP Staff. Okay, Infi, where are you going? Are you going after this creep camp? I don't think so. Might be going for the laboratory instead. Pick himself up a Zeppelin and maybe, just maybe, go after this Greater Voidwalker himself. That would be very cheeky, but it could honestly work. Sentry Ward, Watcher Ward has been picked up there. I'm not really sure how effective these Watcher Wards are. Well, I guess it shows a fair amount of vision. Okay. Honestly, I thought that was a pretty awkward position for Watcher Wards. Okay, Zeppelin has been picked up there. Is it going to mean much? I thought if he would have gone straight for the Greater Voidwalker himself, but instead it looks like he wants to go and siege. Blacksmith placed down. Doesn't look like it's going to see the light of day though, as well, a couple of spiders and the Lich has something to say about it. Holy crap, we do have a lot of towers. That's like, this is like very long time ago, Infi, to be fairly honest. Too bad they're all scout towers though. It would have been a lot better if they were all finished guard towers. Not sure how much success WFZ is going to find, but let's see how Infi will do. Slaughterhouse is the next target. I mean, we're just pumping out obsidian statues here for WFZ. I'm not sure if Destroyer Form is done. I would assume so. Yeah, there we go. Destroyer Form is indeed done. How well are they going to deal against those footmen? well, it doesn't really matter too much since Footman can't actually attack back, but Elementals and Thunder Lizard and the Archmage as well. That's just a lot of anti-air.
A player's forces are under
This
attack.
might be a little problematic. I think WFZ is... It's much smarter to maybe go back. I mean, all you're gonna find here is resources being used up by repairs and, you know, maybe a couple of peasants being killed off by the Frost Nova, but other than that, WFZ is losing his base. He just lost himself that Deathline, which could have obviously used some assistance of that Lich. Yeah, I don't know about this. Like, even if the main base of Infi gets destroyed, he still has another base. It's back down to this argument once again.
The town is under siege.
Okay, keep going. Castle tick. Around like 40% done. We did have another peasant just biting the dust, but that's fine. Infi needs to be careful not to suicide all his peasants though, because that will force maybe the castle to cancel and, you know, retrain those peasants. But of course he does have another base to train peasants off of. Mountain King, second hero, and we did have a TP scroll being used there. That was not a mass teleport, unfortunately. We're not at that point just yet. Long distance Stormbolt, and there we go with the Dark Ritual. Will be converted into mana for the Lich. Okay, so Dark Ritual was picked up. Lich probably needs to be the hyper carry hero that he can usually be. Obviously, he's no Blade Master, but I guess you can say he's kind of a range Blade Master. A lot of burst, but range. Maybe not. He's not sustained damage as Blade Master is. Okay, let's see what this fight will entail. We do have a Dust Appearance being used there. We do have the Elementals being consumed by those destroyers.
Player's forces are under attack.
And there we go, level 4 for the Lich. We do have Fairy Fire being used by, I guess it's just this tracker. I guess it doesn't really matter too much then. Okay, Ring of Regeneration. That is going to be hopefully a very useful item for WFZ. Meanwhile, Infi, not really caring too much. Lots of towers, lots of upgrades. Tanks as well. So, Paladin's going to round out the trio of the human heroes, and Siege Engines are going to be coming in to maybe land the final blow. Arcane Fold just keeps getting interrupted, and WFZ just chooses the worst time to annoy his opponent. Greater Voidwalker camp is going to be cleared out though by Infi. I am curious to know where the Thunder Lizard is. It would be pretty sad if it was killed off. Nope, Thunder Lizards are right back here. Still chilling. We do have the peasant, or guys that are repairing the building, getting Frost Nova again, but it doesn't really matter too much since Infi does have Castle Take finished, so he can just train up peasants. Siege Engine, honestly this is a pretty smart ploy by Infi. Like, he's not making any more tanks, and like just showing the tank intentionally kind of put pressure off of that castle. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but nevertheless, it was pretty fun. Okay, transitioning into massive flying machines. We did see how this ended up being. It did end up with Infi winning, which could be an even higher possibility now that he has the enlistment of both the Greater Voidwalker and the Thunder Lizard. So, pretty tough game for WFZ, to be honest. His gold mine's obviously being harassed constantly. He has to face off against level 3 elementals and 2 ranged level 6 units, and a very close level 6 Archmage as well. It's a rough game for WFZ to actually finish off there. Okay, here we go. Stormbolt to the face of the Death Knight, who is still level 2. That's actually pretty sad to see. Even the Mountain King, who was picked up second, has caught up. But obviously, the Lich is now the main hero of WFZ right now. There we go with those flying machines moving out. Greater Void Walker, Archmage. Actually, TV Scroll was used. Okay, that's how all these units were here. Unless the Zeppelin was used, but that would have been very, very slow. Flying machines are going to deal with the very little amount of destroyers that there were. Lich is going to try his best, but honestly, what good can he do? He is level 4, but that doesn't mean he's not squishy. Flying machines are going to deal with any destroyers that actually pop up in the sky. And, well, not sure about this. Oh, nice targeting by Infi, though. Able to forcefully target the Big Death Knight, prevent any healing to be done. That's going to be game. Yikes. Not sure how well that cast was, but hopefully it was satisfactory. Yeah, at the ending of the screen, I'm probably going to add the playoff picture, see who wins and who doesn't, and all that. So, yeah. It will also show who won in the other semifinals. I believe it was Fly against Yumiko. I don't remember. Honestly, it'll be at the end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys again next time.